him and Casey from Jodeci. I told them I had only had 3 cigarettes left. I told them I will let y'all split one. Big and Casey split the Newport that I had gave them, which is so funny. This is at one of the Puff parties or whatever. This is before Biggie was Biggie, and this is before Case was Case. I think Biggie had just did he just did the Supercat joint. He was on Supercat joint. So, he was just coming into his own. Hello, everybody out there. Thanks, everybody, for joining in and listening. So now I felt really, really hurt because I'm like, wow, like, they really, like, they killed them. Because, mind you, 6 months ago, Pac was just murdered. So all of this is going through in my head, like, wait a minute. One of us is out there. Like, Gene is out there. So the first thing, like, after I, got it together, I told Gene, yo, get the out of there. Like, get on the next thing smoking and get out of there because you being with him, you're a target. You got a big bullseye on your back or whatever. Anyway, I saw something where people were saying, oh, Puff got away in the trunk, like they took him. No, they did not. What they did was, because I asked Gene the same night when all of this was going on, I'm like, yo, what's going on? They drove Puff to San Francisco and they got him out of there on a private jet. And God bless the dead and rest in peace to Chaz. I appreciate you for making sure Gene was straight out there. You know what I mean? Because like I said, he was out there, basically, they was out there like sitting ducks. Yeah, San Diego. Yeah. San Diego, not San Francisco. San Diego, you're right. So they got him out of there. I think it was like 2 or 3 hours away or something like that. So now Gene is out there by himself, but not really out there by himself because he had other people, you know what I mean, that knew him. So now it is, like I said, it is crazy. It's pandemonium because nobody on the East Coast, nobody knows that Big is dead yet. MTV hadn't reported. They didn't report it until that morning, that early morning, they reported it. But by then, we had already knew what was going on, which, like I said, at the end of the day, it was crazy because Pac had just got murdered 6 months ago. And here it is. Big was out there. First of all, number one, shouldn't have been out there. That was number one. I don't know if y'all heard, but Kurt Burrows said how he was supposed to be somewhere else across the pond. But he did that U-turn and went out there because he was on that flyer. And not only that, Puff got a little extra cheddar for him being out there. Yeah, he was supposed to be in London across the... That's what I call across the pond. I'm sorry, SBJ. That's what I call across the pond. Richard Sullivan said, did Puff and his camp blame Big Gene for Big Zeph? No, they couldn't have blamed Big Gene because if anything, like Gene has always stated, your man wanted to get on and see, and that's the thing about that I always loved about Gene. That man's intuition, let me tell you about his intuition. But that's just who he is as a person. Because we was in shootouts before. And he would just give me because I was like the only female, like with my license and knew how to drive a stick and all that. He would give me the keys to the car and be like, yo, get out of there. And we would get out of there or whatever. But let me tell you about his intuition. If that man tell you something that's going to happen, believe you me, it's going to happen. He's never been mistaken. Ever. Never, ever. And like I said, 35 plus years of friendship. Yeah, Never, not one time. And we all made it out. Everybody, every last single one of us has always made it out. So for me, knowing the situation and knowing what happened, I've always looked at Puff a certain way, and that made me look at him totally like messed up because like you're trying to say that you don't know Gene. And it's like, how could you not say that when you was with us, Bear Mountain? You was with us, FDR. You was with us, the parties, like, you know, on the block. You know, like, how could you act like you don't know this man to Miss Wallace? But God bless the dead to Miss Wallace. May she rest in peace. I know she is so happy right now. She is with her son. She is with the love of